Hey y'all, it's me again, the Rock Doctor, coming at you live with part 4 on the G major, E minor scale patterns or shapes. So yeah, there's 7 different patterns or shapes for all the major and minor scales. There's basically one for each note. And so today we are working on the 4th one, which starts in the 7th position. So let me put on my little crunch channel here, and I'll walk through the fingerings with you. Okay, here we go. On the low E string I have 7, 8, 10. Okay, A string 7, 9, 10. Sounds like silver bells. Silver bells. Silver bells. Oh my God. Anyway, whatever. Keep going. It's Christmas time in the city, baby. Okay. Sorry, I cracked myself up. All right, D string is next, and that is going to be 7, 9, 10 also. All right, now I'm going over to the G. 7, 9, 11. And then, hand position shift. Look, the fingering's going to look the same. I'll talk about that in a sec. But I'm going to shift up 1 fret, and then the B string I'm going to play 8, 10, 12. And on the high E string, same thing, 8, 10, 12. So what do you do with it? Well, you know, on your own, get used to the fingering, you know, low to high, high to low. Maybe try to use alternate picking, a little bit of this, slowly. Not very musical, I know, but if you want to develop any kind of facility at all with your 2 hands and doing some alternate picking and playing some, you know, scalar type lines, you got to start there. Then, I would try to play along with a backing track. We'll talk about that in a minute. Now let me skip to this. In my mind, when I'm playing through these kind of things using these scalar lines, I'm also aware of the pentatonic scale that's in the same position. They all kind of coalesce, in my mind, as one thing. So, G major, E minor, pentatonic. In this position, 7th position, I'm going to play through that. You should know it, but here it is, just in case. To me, they're all one thing. Okay, top string, 7, 10. The A string, 7, 10. The D string, 7, 9. The G string, 7, 9. B string, 8, 10. High E, 7, 10. So a lot of times my lines are kind of a combo platter of licks or phrases that combine bits of both. Or, you know, one of each. I don't know. I kind of mix them together. Yeah. Okay. What's next? Okay, another thing you could probably try to practice is come up with a little musical idea that's 2 measures long, we'll say. Because a lot of these chord patterns chord progressions that I put up, the chords happen in patterns of 2 measures. You know, 8 beats, 4 beats of this, 4 beats of that, blah blah. So let's take one. Let me make one up. It's not going to be anything fantastic, but we got to start somewhere, right? Okay. So let's say it was something like this. Let's see, what did I just do? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now here's a trick on this for now. We're going to move that across the strings in that same fashion. And we'll also have to tweak the last note to fit the chords underneath. So you have to listen. I'm not going to outline this specifically this time, though. I'm just going to show you the motif, and then you figure it out. You got to end that thing on a note that sounds good with the chord that's happening at the time. So let's see. What did I just do? It wasn't rocket science or anything virtuistic, whatever that word is when you're a virtuoso. This is basic stuff. But here it is. Look. Here's what I did. I was playing 8th notes for now. On the top string, I played 7, 8, 10. Next string, I played 7, 9, 10. Then on the next string, on the D, I played 7, 9, 7. Now let me go back and check my work here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... That's one measure, and then I finish with this. But that note's liable to change, depending on what the chord is. So as I'm going around, I'm going to try it in a minute. I'll try to tweak that last note based on what I hear. I might fall on my face. I might not. So I might go up a note. I might go down a note to hit a chord tone. And I'm just going to do it by ear. Now hold on. Let me go now play that same motif on starting on the A string. so you have to know the scale shape, right? But I'm still doing the same thing. I'm ascending the same way the first one did. And then I went back one note. And that might change, like I said, as the chords go by. So on that string, I'm not going to outline all these. You figure it out. You guys are smart. But here it is. So that second motif starting on the A string was 7, 9, 10. D string 7, 9, 10. G string 7, 9, 7. Let me do one more. The one on the D, I think we crossed over. Let's see. On the D, I'm going to follow the scale shape. So I've got 7, 9, 10. G string 7, 9, 11. But then when I get to the B string, I've got to play 8, 10, 8. And you just carry that across so you run out of strings, okay? But it's a more interesting way to kind of get used to the scale, how it sounds over the chords, get your hands coordinated, and try to make the last note fit the chord. Ah! And, you know, most of us do it intuitively. All right, now let's talk about the backing track. I'm using my infamous G major, E minor backing track. I don't know what I called it. I don't remember. But it's in G. And the first half's in G, the second half's in E minor. They're related to each other. What I've got here again is the first section's 8 measures long, but there's only 4 chords. Well, 5. The first section is G major for 2 measures, 8 beats. Then I've got D for 2 measures. Then I've got A minor for 2 measures. Then I've got a measure at the end there with C and a measure with D. All right, so in a nutshell, as long as you keep the scale moving, and we're just talking about getting started here, it will sound okay over all these chords. When you stop, that's the danger. You got to try to stop on a good note. Now I'm probably going to fall on my face because I don't know what I'm going to do here, but I'm going to use that motif. All right, here goes nothing. I got my current sound on, and I'm back this thing up. I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to play that motif across the strings and hope to God that I hit a good note at the end. Ah! Right? Is it playing? Yeah, it is. Here's that one. That was nice. Oh, it worked out good. It's not that hard. Okay. So yeah, I know. When you first get started and you try to run there, you're going to hit a clam every time at the end. So what? You know, go back the thing up and find a good note and remember what you did. Okay? And make it work. It's a good skill to have. I mean, it develops on its own. But find a nice note. So what was happening again is the scale itself is moving here, first measure. And you stop on this one. And you hope to God you get your chord tone. Just do it by ear. Either go up a note or back a note. I promise you one of those notes will be right. And if it's wrong, try it again. It's not that bad. But you can teach yourself to do this. And, you know, and eventually you can play by the seat of your pants and you will never sound like a dummy, mostly. Sometimes I still do. You know, that's life. Okay. I guess that's it, guys and gals. So work on the scale patterns, realize in your mind that the pentatonic in the 7th position and that G major, E minor, big scale, diatonic scale, they're the same, right? And don't forget to try to play it over some chord patterns. And make sure you know what the chords are and where you are. You can't just, you got to know. You got to concentrate. It takes a while to get there, but if I can do it, and my amp passed my first audition I went to, I didn't. So, right? So just give it a try. Okay, it's me, the Rock Doctor. I love you. I'm signing off. Go get 'em.